Trey. It was Trey.
All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to our live show tonight. And we just want to prove, I don't know where you all are at, but I just want to prove to you that here in California, the sun did come up today. And so it's shining bright and a little windy here. We're here to discuss the game that we lost, that by all accounts, for the most part, our guys played pretty well, except until we lost our quarterback. And we're going to talk about that later. Okay, but anyway, in the meantime, we are here and we would like you to smash that subscribe button if you haven't already, then hit the like button, and then comment, and then share. You guys can comment live while the show is live, so do that tonight, please. We love your comments, and just tell us that we're off base or tell us right on or whatever you want to do.
Like the video. Like the video if you like my beard. Subscribe if you don't. We need a like or a subscription. Oh, we lost the leader.
No, he's coughing. He put it on mute.
I was on mute. Okay. Yep. All right. First of all, let's talk about some of the positive things we took away from this game today. Paul, I want you to get started with some of the positive things that you took away from this game. You only have to do one or two or whatever you want to do.
I'm going to say, really for the second week in a row, resilience, right? After the early interception, the quick score from Indiana, that's a team extremely capable of putting up numbers in a hurry, and things snowballing, and Iowa just didn't let that happen. So I would say that would be my biggest positive is, they have a recipe for pulling off these upsets in Kinnick, and they got Indiana to play the kind of game they wanted to play. So I'm going to, not try to steal everybody else's thunder. So,
yeah. Kelvin, give me your thought.
One of my positives or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to focus on the positives before I hit my negatives.
Yeah, I got a list of positives. I just,
Don't read them all off. Just give us one or two.
We'll just go with Gronk. He completed close to 80% of his passes. And one guy who watched all the passes said he probably should have completed at least 21 out of 23. One was an obvious pass interference, and a couple of the other ones were drops. So, we have a real leader there. I don't know what his injury situation is, whether he'll be able to come back or not. I hope so. Let's just presume he will. I don't know. But we got a quarterback, Anybody that completes as many as he did, we couldn't run the ball very good, and we beat him in time of possession. That meant that we completed a high percentage of passes, and we hung right with him on third down conversion, and we outdid them on fourth down. I don't think they converted a fourth down, and we converted maybe 1 out of 2, maybe. But
we had more
pretty
first
good, pretty good coach game, I'd say, on far as offense and of course defense.
Yeah, I can picture two of those plays you're talking about, Kelvin. The drop pass for a first down, it was on third down too, by Vahami. Is that how you pronounce his name? Vahami?
Sure.
It doesn't matter.
DJ, right?
Yeah.
DJ Vanami.
He dropped one and hit him right, went right through his hands.
Yeah.
And then the pass interference, I think it was on Parker. Like, he didn't have a chance.
He took his head
The
off.
guy hit him. Yeah, he hit him in the head. So his eyes literally went down to the ground. He couldn't even see the ball.
Yeah,
So-
and no call. That was a no call, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was a no call. Yeah, so yeah, I agree with whoever told you that, Kelvin, about the incompletions. But yeah, I mean, my positive is definitely Gronk. Like, this is what sucks about the whole ordeal. You could see he was feeling his way into the offense. He was starting to understand everything. Like, all those things that I critiqued him on in week 1 and week 2, this Gronk beats Iowa State, right? So
I agree.
when I critiqued him, saying like he was doing all this at San Diego State, it didn't make sense. Well, I don't think he fully had a grasp of the offense, because you can literally see him build and build as he was getting grasp of the offense. So that's why he wasn't doing what he normally did when we went through the critique of him. And he started to do exactly what we didn't like that he wasn't doing in the beginning. So this is what sucks about the whole ordeal, is he was literally starting to figure it out. Throwing the football and when to run. I don't even think he ran a lot, if I remember right. Like,
They had Aiden Fisher, their linebacker, and Jones, their other linebacker. They were like run blitzing all day. And they also were, what do you call that? Spying?
yeah, spying.
Yeah. So
Yeah, he did.
and we don't want,
I
if
think,
Gronk wouldn't have got hurt, I really believe we'd be talking about a win today. But,
oh yeah, especially after the interception, because Gronk would have went out there and it would have been the same old what they've been doing. Even on drives that stalled, they still got a few first downs, right? They get a couple first downs after that interception, and they're in easy field goal range. Or hell, then maybe they go and score a touchdown. Like, and we don't know how much of the offense Brown even knew. Brown is a better thrower. You're going to see much better throwing this week or next week. They're going to have 2 weeks to prepare a game plan for Brown if Gronk's out. So, I mean, Dean, be prepared. You'll see a completely different Brown. Brown has some skills throwing the football. He's just, like I said, I told a bunch of people, I don't know if I told you guys this, but Iowa, it stinks. I don't know why they did this, but they are stuck with Peyton Manning and Michael Vick. They're stuck with two completely opposite quarterbacks. And Brown can't come close to doing what Gronk can do with his legs, right? And you could tell in this week's playbook what they do with Brown. They even rolled him out like a few times in those throws. They had him throwing on the run, which he stinks.
So which
at.
one's Manning and which one's Vic?
Oh, come on. Do I have to tell you?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if those are good comparisons, but I get your drift. But
well, I'm not saying
first of all, Brown can't be Manning.
Brown
is Manning. Brown is Manning.
Well, he does. He's got a lot better. He throws a lot prettier ball than Peyton did.
I mean, you got to understand what I'm saying. You guys are tough. You old creatures, I'll tell you. I mean, think about what I'm saying.
You're saying that Brown is not mobile like Gronk.
Thank you.
There you go. But
and Michael Vick, the reason I'm comparing, because Michael Vick was more of a runner in college, like Gronk can do, right? That's the analogy. I wasn't saying either of those two are as good. I mean,
I know. Brown needs experience. You know, we don't know what Brown is. He needs experience. So, do you have a positive?
I have a positive.
Okay.
I have a lot of positive, more than I do negatives, believe it or not, guys.
Well, I do too.
Okay. My biggest positive I took away, that the guys, they didn't give up the fight. They fought hard through the whole game. and they did put us in a position to win the game. Except, we had a letdown with the quarterback, and then our field goal kicker, who had an opportunity to give us a lead, chumped it. And you know what, guys? This is my fault that he blew it. You know why? Because I was thinking in my mind, he's going to miss this. I just feel he's going to miss it, and he missed it. Wide left. Anyway, moving on.
That's because you're always glass half empty, like always. Like
No, because I used to think when Drew went out there, he was Mr. Automatic.
Well, right,
Okay.
but you always think of the negative.
So your positive was that we fought back, overcame things.
Yes.
Right.
Guys fought.
Yep.
And
they gave up. They lost two after we took 2 leads. We gave them both up, though.
I know, but we're talking about positives now.
Yes, we are.
And we're talking about only giving up 20 points, and really it was 13 before the very final drive, right? That quarterback, that Heisman Trophy quarterback, only completed 56%.
You could really say the
passes.
defense gave up 6 points for
Well,
the majority of the game.
The halftime score should have been 10-0.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
But
we should never have given them that. Should have never given them that points. That's the one thing. That's the one negative thing was Gronk's interception that led to an easy touchdown.
That's what I mean. The defense was outstanding when you really look at it.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely love this defense. And the only reason Parker had to do what he did on that play where they got their touchdown is to keep Indiana out of field goal range. So he sent the house, and Hall, for whatever reason, didn't make a form tackle. He dove at the receiver's feet, right, and just completely whiffed. And when you're in man-to-man like that, you have to make a secure tackle. You can't just dive at someone and hope that you trip them up. So, I mean, he sent the house. I think he sent 7 on that final play. And the reason he was doing it is because they were approaching field goal range. And he had to get them out of field goal range or not let them get any more than that.
Right.
So,
okay. Well, let's read off. Jared's had 3 comments up here. Let me read them real quick. Defense was outstanding. For the blame game, is this Kirk's offense or new OCs? I noticed the catch 22. Iowa loses it. It's Kirk's fault due to his conservatism. If Iowa wins, it's not because of Kirk. That missed field goal changed the trajectory of the game. If the field goal was good, Iowa up by 3, the defense would have been coached differently. My assumption.
Absolutely.
Your assumption is 100% correct. Yeah.
Okay. Is there a concern with the missed tackles? You want to talk about that? I mean, I know it was a little negative, and I did put that on there earlier on my list for later. But anybody want to talk about missed tackles?
Go ahead.
I'm going to let Paul talk on this one first.
I would say, from my perspective,
Paul, cats aren't allowed on this show.
I know this. From my perspective, look, those guys are on scholarship too. They're also well funded because they are incredibly athletic. You're not going to be perfect on that. The defense played outstanding, really and truly. I'm not gonna bust their balls over some missed tackles.
Okay. Anybody else want to speak to the missed tackles?
We'll be practicing tackling a lot this week during the bye week. Kirk said it in his press conference. Anytime you miss tackles, which you're going to once in a while, but we gave up some extra yards on some very talented guys for Indiana. And Kirk said, that's what you work on. That's what you work on, everything. So I had it down as a negative with a question mark, like defense played so good, just like Paul said. It's kind of nitpicky, but
Yeah,
And
and a lot of it was just players out of position. So I wonder if a lot of that wasn't because of what style defense they were playing. They were not playing the normal zone defense, sit back and make the tackle after the catch. Like they were like on that run right before halftime that got him and to let them approach field goal range. They were running the ball just to see what would happen, like a lot of coaches do. And X completely got out of position and got over to the left, which is what had that wall to the left. I mean, X was to the right. So if he would have stayed on his side and would have kept the running back in that ball of people, he wouldn't have been able to get out to get that. What was it, 12, 13-yard run, whatever it was, that got the momentum going for them to get in field goal range right before half.
Well, then there was that penalty that got tacked on.
Yep. Merriweather.
Oh yeah, if it wasn't for the roughing the pass, you're right. If it wasn't for roughing
And that
the
was
passer,
That was
a
about the
questionable
weakest-
call.
That was about the weakest roughing the passer call I think. Now, to be fair, I feel like almost every like 50-50 call or reviews seem to go Iowa's way, so I can't really complain. But that really wasn't.
I can.
Well, that
complain.
roughing the passer call, can I say something about that? Did they even show it on replay? Because I never got a chance to look at it.
Yeah, they did. I saw it. It was the weakest. He was already on the ground. Like he got tapped. I don't even know what Merriweather really did because there was two linemen up, right? And the quarterback was falling down. Like it was just the weirdest situation to have a penalty called, period.
Yeah.
Well, I can complain about officiating. So if nobody else wants to, the play where Nwampa got beat up by 5 guys out of bounds. You guys remember that play?
Yes, they didn't even.
That was blatant. That was blatant.
Why did the refs not do anything about that? All they called was an offsides call that got declined.
Yeah, it was offside. Yeah,
but that was a blatant call. Kirk was pissed off about it. The pass interference on KJ Parker, Kirk was yelling at the referees after they showed the replay, and Gronowski was like staring at the screen like, what the hell? Then another one, we obviously knocked the ball out and we might have recovered it, and the officials didn't even look at it. But yeah, I can complain about officiating because that's part of my job.
Well, there you go. As a fan, all righty. Hey, Jason, do you have another positive you'd like to talk about that you took away from this game?
The biggest positives was Gronowski, the defense, Coach Parker. I can do that because I absolutely love his game plan. I was praying for this. I said it pregame. I thought that's what we would see this week, and it was. I guess positive would be Parker. Actually, the whole team, what they did on offense was good. The game plan was really good. If the players would have executed, like I think Kelvin said he would have been 21-23 or something passing, Gronowski. Like Gronowski understood the whole playbook or the whole game plan. And the running backs were, when Moulton was starting to pick up steam as well. But I think 25 is just too small. He's no Akron Wadley like people like to compare him to. He's just too small. He goes down at the easiest, arm tackle, finger tackle. So, he's got to be an open field. If they would run some screenplays with him, maybe it'd be better. But Moulton, he ran the ball. He caught the ball. I think he had 40-some yards receiving as well to go along with his rushing yards.
Mm-hmm.
So
I guess a busy beaver.
It was. I think the whole game was pretty positive. If the players would have executed more, they never would have even been down in that game. If it wasn't for that tipped ball, the first play of the game, right? That was just that you can't control that. That happens. Iowa used to do that. Remember when our D linemen would get a bunch of tip balls? That's how we would get interceptions. This year, for whatever reason, we're not getting those. But yeah, no, I think the coaches deserve of their game plan was really good. It was two really good teams. Iowa, they're probably a top 15 team as well with how they played. It was just two great defenses going up against the offenses, which Indiana was supposed to be one of the top offenses, and Iowa completely shut them down.
Yeah.
Hey, Jason, do you want a stat on what Phil did this week?
Sure.
Yeah, it was on. I read all the On3 stuff, the PFF stuff.
Oh, yeah.
PFF came out today, and on the 33 pass attempts by Indiana this week, he blitzed 23 times, which is
For real?
usually he blitzes about 5 times a week.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, I didn't know. I know you don't keep up on all that On3 thread and everything.
No.
So.
I don't. Because I just have my own brain, so I have stuff that I like.
Yeah, but
that's
the stat on how often we blitzed, and we blitzed on runs too. But that's only on pass attempts. So.
All right,
that's pretty.
Jared
awesome.
would like to know. He listened to the game on WHO radio. Wants to know what really happened on the Indiana sideline, where it sounded like it got a little physical. It got really physical. What happened was it was Wampa, right? That pushed the guy out of bounds.
The quarterback. He drilled Fernandez.
Yeah, he drilled Fernandez, but it was a legal hit. But as soon as Fernandez or Mendoza, what's his name? Mendoza? Yeah, Mendoza went down. He was surrounded by about 5 or 6 guys from Indiana who wanted to take him out and beat him up a little bit. And there was
They put him on the ground.
Yeah.
Five of them.
Why the referees didn't deal with that? I thought that's what they were sorting out, that 100 minutes they spent talking about that play. And I was just like, the runner was short to gain. It's 4th down and 1. There was offsides.
I mean, and that was another good positive. The 4th down defense Iowa had.
Oh my God, that was great. That was for a team that can actually move the ball downfield, stopping them on 4th down, twice?
Yeah. Everybody always, the fans always wants to go on 4th down a lot. That's why you don't go on 4th down a lot. You give the other team field position.
It didn't make sense to me, though. Those 4th down plays by Indiana, they played right into Iowa's defense. Intringer, I think, got both of them. He came up. Did you see the one where he came up? He was a defensive lineman. Did you see
both
that?
of them.
And he shot right through the gap. That was amazing.
Yeah, he was run blitzing on all of them.
Yeah. Okay, so I think Kelvin, I don't think you had a chance to give us another positive.
I've only got to give one positive, and that was Gronk. Now, some of my other positives have been taken already, so I'll go to a second one.
Okay.
I didn't really get Jason's comment on non-execution because I thought we executed damn well. You can't complete that high percentage of passes and not execute. You know, we might have had a couple drops, but I thought our wide receiver improvement in execution was way better this week than it had been all week. You know,
and without
we couldn't have almost completed 21 out of 23 without the receivers being where they're supposed to be, passes being where they're supposed to be. You know, so
my execution comment is finishing the play. When you drop a pass, that's not execution. You literally drop the pass.
But I watch guys in the NFL drop passes today. So two drops, and I think the one drop was a pass interference.
And it's not an executed play. If you drop a pass, it's not.
I know every play isn't going to be executed, but 22 out of 23 is a very high execution rate, I think. But
all right. All right, here I got a positive I thought was really cool. I saw this stat put out there by Lysico this morning. Indiana went 9 straight possessions without a touchdown against our defense. You know, Illinois can't say that. Probably a lot of teams this year that they've played can't say that. Yes.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Our defense came to play. Our defense came to play.
So did the offense.
Well,
What'd you say, Paul?
I said, so did the offense.
yep.
Yeah. I just wish they would have scored more than 13 points.
We got another positive from somebody.
Yes.
Yeah, Illinois is way overrated.
Yeah. Jared just wanted to point out that Iowa's defense stopped both Indiana's on 4th downs, which we did already cover.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Illinois overrated. Well, they did beat USC yesterday.
Here's something else that's positive.
All right.
Despite the fact that he's not an All-American, I feel like, Wetjen sure scares the shit out of everybody we play now.
Who does?
Wetjen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
well,
gonna be-
obviously they were scared of him because they only gave him one shot to return a ball
Yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah, and he's improved. He's improved at wide receiver too.
True.
He caught a
Big
couple
improvement
passes
from
and caught one
earlier
right.
in the year.
Yep. Yeah, I think we're going to find that they're going to start kicking away from him from now on.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's not gonna get very many opportunities anymore.
Yeah.
But on a serious note, I do want to say, we had, and I want to get the right word here. I don't think Iowa has a ton of depth, but in the places where we needed it to show up, when like Jaden Montgomery came in, he played well.
Yeah. Oh man, if he would have a sack, if Fernando didn't get that play off.
Yeah.
When they did the scissors.
Was it Dotzler who came in for
Trevor Locke.
Okay.
And then he came in late for Dunker right at the end of the game.
So and there was another one or two guys that seemed like made some kind of spot appearances and played well. So there's that.
Yes, there is. Yes. How serious QB situation, injury, and backups? We don't know. We don't know. We should probably hear something on Tuesday when the 3 coordinators do their press conference. And so, somebody I'm sure will ask Lester. If they don't, they're not doing their job. Unless, of course, Lester tells us right up front.
Which he might, because he knows that's going to be the most important thing.
Yeah.
Another positive was pass protection. I think we gave up one sack, and that was on the freshman running back McNeil. He's a tremendous runner and everything, but he's like Caleb Johnson was when he came to Iowa. He just cannot pick up blitzes, and they blitzed, and they got our quarterback there.
That's why Caleb shouldn't have went pro. Like we should.
Well,
still
he's got
have
the same problem. He's got the same problem in the pros that he did at Iowa, is he can't focus on how to run plays. I can remember LeVar cussing him out when he tried to be a kick returner at Iowa. And
that's the same thing at Pittsburgh. They tried making him a kick returner, and then he made a huge mistake, and he didn't go get the ball. The ball was kicked in the end zone, and he gave up a touchdown.
But they did let him play. They did let him play this week at running back.
He did play running back?
I think he carried the ball 6, 7 times and did all right, but he just got to focus, And
That would be
score
the,
a
but my
touchdown on a run?
positive, I was on my list of positive, which my positive was that pass protection was good again. None of the true offensive linemen gave up a sack this week again. So anyway,
I have another positive that this one probably won't be on anybody's list.
Okay.
The Kinnick crowd. They showed up. They came through the broadcast really well. I mean, they were loud. It's such a good home field advantage.
Yes, it is. It is. But we didn't get them rattled enough. Those guys are sitting right on top of the fans are sitting right on top of the opposing team. Why couldn't they get rattled?
I don't know. Maybe we did rattle them. Maybe that's why they didn't score 63 points.
Exactly.
I listened.
All
Did
right.
you guys listen to the Indiana coach after the game?
No, what did he say?
He said, we sure didn't play good. And he said, credit to Iowa and credit to the fans. And he said, boy, I'm not happy with our passing game today. So maybe we rattled them. I don't know.
Well, that's because Phil Parker picked up on something that the other teams had yet to pick up on, and that if you blitz Mendoza, he has a tendency to make some mistakes.
Yeah, and I can guarantee I just got done watching the game and they missed some open receivers. One play Hall let a guy beat him by 5 yards and the quarterback threw it to the guy at the goal line and he underthrew him and Hall caught up with him.
Yeah. Well,
and
I think one of the amazing things about that is that he did miss open receivers, but I like to think that our defense kind of rattled him a little bit and forced those misses.
I'm just saying maybe the crowd had something to do with it too. I don't know.
So, go ahead.
That's the whole point of
Jason.
blitzing. I was just saying that's the whole point of blitzing. If you make the quarterback hurry, he's not as accurate.
Yeah. Phil Parker should be our next head coach. Got news for you.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be.
He's 60-something and doesn't want to be. When Kirk retires, he retires too.
Yeah.
He's not going to stay.
Because if Phil were head coach, he'd have been one.
We're more likely to end up, if anybody on his staff is going to be, it would either be Seth Wallace or
Woods.
The other one I'm thinking of.
Woods,
yeah, LeVar Woods. Yeah, LeVar Woods.
Woods or Lester, those are the three guys, But,
yeah.
But anyway,
those would be our next head coaches if they were going to hire within.
Yeah, if they want to stick around another 5 to 10 years, Kirk's hanging around. I'm joking, But anyway.
No, Kirk might hang around. We don't know.
He'll be around till 29. He'll retire.
I think he'll hang around. I think he told them recruits, those recruits that are boys of the players that played before, like Epinesa and Woods and them. I think he guaranteed them that he's going to be around.
Another
it
cool
is Lester's office.
Yeah, another cool thing is we hit 7 different receivers. Or I should say 7 different people caught balls. I mean, that's kind of nice. I mean,
yeah.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
I was just going to say the top 4 receivers on the team are wide receivers too.
Yeah. When was the last time we went into a year where the receivers are actually outpacing the tight ends for catches?
2019.
Yeah.
The year we didn't have any, just like this year, no real tight ends.
And again, what was impressive is we didn't have Seth Anderson, we don't have Reese Vanderzee, and then is it Bowie was also out?
Yes, Bowie's out too.
We don't have a guy that's going to play in the NFL, a Stringa playing tight end either.
True.
So,
but he's coming back next year, guys. He's coming back. He wants to make sure that he gets to the NFL, so he's got to come back for another year. But how well did that look for Laporta? Was it Laporta? No, who was the guy we had last year that went to the draft and then now he's
Lachey.
Lachey, and he has no team right now.
Yeah,
I
he's
think
with the
the
Houston
Texans. He's on
Texans.
their practice squad.
He's on the practice squad? Okay.
You know, yeah, he'll end up playing the NFL for a long time. But
Yeah.
What are some improvements you want to see during the bye week and heading into Wisconsin? Any
improvement.
one of you guys could answer that. I'll let you answer.
You completely ignored Jared's question about the 2-minute thing, which is what you were talking about, Dean.
Okay, let me go back. On that. As for the final 2:10 of the game and the third down that led to the missed field goal, how do you guys feel about it? Well, I'm angry. I'm angry that our dependable person missed it. I'm also angry that the backup quarterback didn't do his job properly to set up our kicker, and we didn't run the ball in those things. He just kept throwing balls that didn't go anywhere. We didn't catch any of them.
In that situation, we ran the ball. What he's talking about, we ran the ball before the missed field goal. And then on third down, they were trying to get it to the 2-minute warning. So they ran a safe, easy screen pass for Hank to complete.
And he didn't
And he
complete it.
completely missed the running back, and that might have gotten the first down.
It might have got more than a first down. He had two big guys out in front of him.
He did, and Hank missed it. So they tried to run a simple screen so they can keep the clock going, and that was set up perfectly. So, and that's what that was. I was proud of what they were doing with Hank. I would have called a screen pass too.
It was clock mismanagement. The whole thing was clock mismanagement.
I couldn't believe that.
What was clock mismanagement? What did they do to mismanage the clock?
Because they needed to take more time off the clock, and they kept throwing passes that
they didn't.
That would stop the clock every time he threw a pass.
But they didn't do that, Dean. They literally.
I'm pretty sure that
ball.
his last 4 passes were incomplete.
Yes, that was on the
drive.
but
we were trying to score.
That was
and
on
we
the
didn't
drive.
have much time left.
Was that when we got the ball back later?
Yes, after the missed field goal.
Okay.
The drive where we missed the field goal with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left, they ran the ball on first down. They ran it on second down. Then they threw a simple screen on third down. They were trying to get it down to the 2-minute warning. The drive you're talking about when there was only like 1minute, 20 seconds left and they got the ball back. Then they had to throw the ball. They had no choice but to throw the ball. Yeah, what Jared's talking about is the 2 minutes left before the missed field goal. I like the play calls with Hank as quarterback.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, can I give my last positive before we go to improvements?
Sure.
Okay. I got to give two. I got 2 of my positives out. And every time we put out a positive, people bring up negatives to bring up. So anyway, my positives were to give positives on some players who played really good. Lutmer.
Yes,
Entringer.
interception.
Lutmer, Entringer, Graves, Allen, Llewellyn, and guys on offense. I've already mentioned Gronk, but Phillips really had a good game at wide receiver.
Yes.
What a great one-handed catch he made.
Yeah.
And he had the highest blocking PFF score for wide receivers that blocked, so I'm done with my positives.
What was the PFF of the D-backs for Iowa? Do you know?
Yeah, Hall and Lee was about the same at 63 or something like that. Lutmer was high. Entringer, the safeties, all 3 were good enough, around 70 and above. Lutmer and Entringer were the highest. So
nobody in the 80s?
And hardly anybody else played. Watson got in a little bit at defensive back, but not much.
Well, he had a penalty against him. They took him out. He lined up offsides.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, I want to give one big negative. Okay. We now have extended our losing streak to top 25 teams to 11 games.
Okay.
When are we going to switch that? Did you notice that people are calling for Franklin's head because he's also got a losing streak against top 25 teams?
Top 10 teams.
Top
His
10
losing
teams.
streak is against top 10.
Okay, all righty.
If you switch it over to Kirk's streak, as far as like what Franklin's streak is, the last 7 times Kirk has played a top 5 team at home, he's beat them 5 out of 7 times. So,
Yeah.
and the only 2 times he lost was when McSorley completed the pass on the last play of the game, the Penn State game, where our guy almost knocked it down. And the other one we lost is where they gave Connor Stallions the game ball in the locker room because Michigan had to cheat to beat us by 12 points. So anyway, just sticking up for my old head coach who's older than me. So
Yeah.
anyway.
Oh my God, I had something I was going to say, but I can't remember now.
Thank God. No, he didn't.
Okay, Jared would like to know, Jason, could you explain exactly what happened on the block punt?
Same thing that happened. What was the other game?
Rutgers, I think.
Rutgers, yeah. Exactly the same thing. They had too many people coming through that they can block. One of Iowa's blockers literally had to pick, and what he chose to do, what do you do? He used his wings. He went like this to try to block both of them. Well, this guy on the wide open guy, the guy coming from the empty spot of the blockers, got through him and tipped the ball. But they just had too many people coming through. There's something that Woods needs to look at in their punt blocking that other teams have figured out, because the punt block looked almost exactly like the Rutgers game. Almost exact. They had too many people coming that Iowa had blocking. So, I mean, there is something in the scheme of Iowa's punt blocking. Plus, how do you pronounce his name? Rice?
Reese
Connor?
Dakins? Reese Dakin?
Reese
Dakin.
Dakin.
Okay, Reese Dakin.
Mhm.
He is a long, slow kicker. Like, he's extremely good, but he takes an extra half second or more to get the ball off. He's just really slow with it. I mean, it's because he doesn't have any athletic ability. He's probably pretty tight in the muscles and everywhere. He even admits that he can't run. When he said that, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. He's like, I can't run worth a lick, right?
Yeah.
But there's something with both, because Iowa you can't block 4 people when you have 3 blocking, right? And some reason, sometimes they get 4 coming through. It happened against Rutgers, where I believe it was a clean block, wasn't it, against Rutgers? This one was just tipped. This one was just tipped, and the ball still went 30 yards, thank God.
So if he has a block punt, that still counts as a punt, right? He had he had 4 punts for an average of 35.8 yards, which I assume was the block punt that brought his average way down.
Well, I mean, yeah, the block punt was still a 30-yard kick, but he didn't punt the ball the best. Granted, apparently the wind was, the wind was going crazy in the stadium.
Okay.
Yeah, they blocked. We had a punt blocked in the UMass game too.
We did? I don't remember.
That's how they scored 7 points.
Oh, damn.
Must be something that they're picking up on film.
And there's nothing. As long as they have a punt returner back deep to receive, all the guys on the other line of scrimmage, we have guys to block them. So it's a breakdown. It's a breakdown someplace.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's something with the scheme that the other teams are seeing.
Well, our scheme is everybody's got a guy to block.
No, it's not. We have 3.
Yeah.
We have 3 people block.
Yeah, there's guys in front of them. If there's somebody, they got it all schemed out. Like the one in the UMass game, that was Jaden Montgomery's fault, and Jaden Montgomery knew it. He didn't block his guy. So,
but they don't have it schemed out to where They have
Jaden
people.
Montgomery is not one of them 3 guys in front of the punter.
I'm not saying he is. I don't know where he's at on the punt block. What I'm
I
saying
do.
is teams have figured out where their weakness is in Iowa's punt scheme. And when they have those 3 guys back, they're sending 4. They're getting 4 through. So there's something that Woods has to adjust, or we're just going to keep getting our punts blocked.
Guys have to do their job.
Especially Dakin.
Well, there's
Dakin
something
may
on.
have to.
Yeah.
We
There's
haven't
still
had a
something on.
we haven't had a really good special teams. I know we had games where Wetchins run for touchdown, but we have not had a good special teams game yet this year. And that's my biggest negative. So
Okay. All right. Taking that negative, obviously Reese Dakin is doing something on film this year that teams are taking advantage of. All right, just quickly, Jared says we can beat we could beat Penn State. Hopefully it's a night game. He believes Iowa could finish the season 9-3 with a PSU win. At this point, I'm doubtful we get to 6 wins, but we'll find out.
I just want to win I say every week, I just want to win the next game. I don't worry about what our record's going to be. You know.
Does history mean anything to you, Dean? We literally have won 10 games without a quarterback. So what they're going to do if Gronowski is hurt, they're going to change up with Brown, and Brown's a hell of a lot better than our other quarterbacks that we had as far as throwing the football. They will change up to what they do and still win games with defense.
Well, here's something too.
Tell you, there's literally nothing in our history in the last decade that could tell you in an intelligent life that we're not going to win 6 games. There's nothing.
That's okay.
I don't understand that.
I'm looking at USC. I'm looking at games like USC being improved, Nebraska being improved. Both of those games are in their stadiums.
But who says they're improved?
They look improved to me.
What I'm saying. Illinois was a top 10 team. Everybody thought they were improved.
Yeah,
no?
They don't look improved.
Crap happens.
How good is USC?
Crap happens.
I thought they were pretty decent.
Crap happens. You cannot predict what's going to happen each and every week in football.
All right. Okay. Going back to something with the injuries, we know that Gronk, by all accounts that Jason is hearing, might be out for the season, but we don't know that for a fact yet.
No.
What about Stevens, Dunker, and Harrell? All of them left the game. At least 2 of those guys came back. I don't think Dunker came back. So anybody hear anything on those injuries? Because everybody seemed to be more worried about Gronowski.
Stevens come back.
Nobody asked Kirk. Nobody asked Kirk about the others.
Yeah, they never asked Kirk about important things. The Stevens come back and played 2/3 of the game, so he must be fine. Dunker, I think, just was having cramps at the end of the game. You know, it's another hot day when we're nearing October. So, who else got injured? Was Gronk? Anybody else? Or
Jaden Harrell.
Jaden Harrell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think. Oh, and one pass that probably would have been caught was Jacob Gill started to jump up to catch a pass, and he had a cramp in his leg. He just had a cramp, you know. So I'm sure he's all right. So
all right, okay,
so,
all right. Another thing I picked out is Iowa doesn't have a true 2-minute drill running down the field. Otherwise, they'd been using those sidelines and short passes, dink and dunk their way downfield like other teams do.
Yeah, they don't. They haven't had that for.
Yeah, well, it'd behoove them to put that in their arsenal.
Since Nate Stanley. They did
games,
have it.
2 games this year, we could have won, but we lost them both because we don't have a 2-minute drill. We just stand back there and try to heave the ball downfield and hope that somebody catches it. And meanwhile, our quarterback ends up on his back because nobody's blocking him.
We haven't had that since Nate Stanley.
We haven't had that happen too much this year. as far as our quarterback being on his back. But
Well, okay.
But
we
anyway,
did-
I see
Iowa
your
State
point. We
pulled the
don't
up-
have a good. I agree, Dean. We don't have a good 2-minute offense that I've seen.
We don't. Okay. All right. I thank you, everybody. Thank you for acknowledging that. Okay, guys. Anything else that you guys want to point out that we could work on, improve on, or anything else that you saw that could help us win the rest of these games?
No.
I think they just need to keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
We can't have players injured.
It's winning is hard. Winning is hard, and beating really good teams is really hard. And with 2 minutes left in the game, Iowa had a very good chance of winning that football game yesterday.
Yes, they did.
So
They did.
I would say keep the faith, keep working, get better every day, because this team is close.
Okay.
Yeah, they are. I agree with
Here-
Paul.
Jared says I can't remember the last time Iowa had a game-winning scoring drive.
Nebraska.
A couple of them at Nebraska.
Yeah.
Nebraska
Then
seems to be a regular.
2019, I believe, against Nebraska.
Well, like I brought up the last time Jason was on, I brought up the game at Wrigley Field with Northwestern. But
Yeah.
Oh
Didn't
yeah,
we-
with Heavy D. I always forget about
he
that.
made his one, and I don't want to make fun of Deacon Hill, because
Heavy D.
Deacon, he was there playing hard for us, right? But he made his one great pass in his history, and that was the pass to Caleb Brown, a 22-yard out, and Caleb Brown magically caught it, the guy that couldn't play wide receiver. And then our field goal kicker, what did he kick, a 50-yard field goal to end the game or something?
Something
To
like
put
that.
us
Yeah.
ahead. So
Yeah.
that's the last time.
I did want to point out the last two times we played Nebraska, I believe we beat them by identical scores of 13-10. Both of those were last-minute drives, last-second drives, after we forced turnovers on both of those. Both those years we forced turnover when it looked like we needed a miracle to win the game.
Yeah, we had nice get the turnover and then have a nice handoff up the middle that Nebraska was surprised by, and we got 15 yards and kick a field goal. So anyway.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't Caleb's, was it?
No.
Okay. Anyhow.
Anyway.
Okay,
Yeah,
so guys,
I think the correct answer is Paul gave was you just got to try to get better.
mhm.
There isn't no magic potion. I wish there was.
Kirk Ferentz said yesterday, it's hard to win football games, especially in the Big Ten.
That's right.
Yeah, but
and
anyway,
I think
if there was a magic potion, I'd look like Matthew McConaughey. So.
Okay.
Nobody laughs at my jokes anymore. But
Alrighty.
All right.
Is there anything else you guys want to add before I add a couple things to the end of this podcast?
No, do we need to do a commercial before we do our picks?
Sure, we can do that. Let's go do a commercial because I think you guys got to go to the bathroom. I got to find the right one, guys. I don't know where they moved it. It's not here anymore. I'm going to have to find out from these guys which commercial I'm supposed to be running. We'll try this one. Okay. All right, we're back. We're back. All righty. Okay, guys, we are part of the Villains Network, as you saw on that. I don't recall seeing my logo on there. It should have been, but I didn't see it. But it has been there, so maybe I've been kicked off the network and we don't know about it yet. All right. What I want to bring up, I just want to quickly, I want to bring up a little bit of volleyball and a little bit of soccer. As I watched the soccer game today, that the women beat Nebraska 1-0. After they came off a loss though of 2-1 against Wisconsin, and they had beaten right before that last week Minnesota 2-1, which I was going to go to that game, but I just was not feeling it. I was sick. That's when I first started coming down with COVID, and I almost went to that game against Minnesota. Molly Greer got the game winner with an assist from Price Lupison. That makes the soccer team is ranked 8th. They're now 8-2-2 and 3-1-1 in the Big Ten. Volleyball today got swept 3-0 against Wisconsin, and they came off a win where they swept Maryland 3-0.
Isn't Wisconsin top 5 though?
Yes, they're a ranked team. They're a powerhouse.
Yeah.
And so Wisconsin Nebraska games are always good because they're both top of the line. Anyway, Iowa's now 10-4, 1-1 in the Big Ten. I think that is one of the best records that Iowa's had in volleyball in a long time. And they're not even through the season. They've had some really tough years.
Yeah.
This new coach that they hired is actually doing a good job. And the softball game played a game against Iowa State today, but I could not find any information. But I guess because it's the fall season, they don't track it.
Oh, right. It's just fall ball.
Yeah, fall ball, they don't apparently track it. I learned that the baseball team also does fall ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't track that either. When you try to get information, they don't even cover it.
No, well, it's just like
they had a thing on the On3 thread where they gave batter per batter reporting. They played a team called Masuga or something. I don't know if they're from Missouri or where they are, and Iowa beat them 34-3 or 1 or something.
The baseball team, right? Yeah. I did see that part. Okay. All right. Our picks for the week, as I said earlier, I did poorly. I went 2-8. Only winner games I won were Ohio State and Iowa State. By the way, congratulations to Iowa State. They are now ranked number 10. One notch below Indiana, who jumped to number 9. So, all right. So that puts me 34-20 on the season. Paul went 5-5. His winners were Arizona State, Iowa State, Ohio State, Northwestern, and Illinois. Good call, Paul. You went against the grain on every one of those, and you won this week with a 5-5 record.
Good job, Paul.
Yay.
Hey, also too, you have a 26-15 record. You're missing a week though. I don't know how we're gonna fix that for you. Okay. Kelvin, you went 4-6. You picked Indiana. Okay, good job. You picked Arizona State. You picked Iowa State, and you picked Northwestern.
I wish I'd have missed that Indiana game.
Yeah, I know you do. I know you do. Honestly, though, you have to know that. In all honesty, that has to be tough because for you to actually pick against Iowa, because you don't do that very often.
It was.
You're pretty positive.
It was very, very hard. But
all right, guys, I'm going to ask you because I'm not sure we're going to have a podcast this week. We're going to go over next week's games. That does not include Iowa.
Okay.
Because we're in a bye week. So first game, you guys, I'm going to have Paul go first. Iowa State versus Cincinnati.
I'll take the Cyclones.
Okay. Calvin.
I'll take the Cyclones. I would think they'd be favored in almost every game the rest of the season.
Yeah. Jason, who do you got?
It's at Cincinnati, but I'll go with the Cyclones. It's going to be
And
tougher than.
I picked them as well. You guys should be happy with these picks this week. They're more what you guys have been complaining and wanting more of. Miami at Florida State. I took Miami. Jason, give me yours.
Florida State.
Okay. Calvin, give me yours.
I'll go with Miami. They sure look like a very talented team.
Paul.
Yeah, they are.
Give me the U. The U is back, baby.
Okay. The convicts are back, you mean?
No, just
All right. I also took Miami as well. Texas Tech at Houston. I took Texas Tech. Jason, give me yours.
Texas Tech.
Okay. Paul.
Red Raiders.
Okay. And Calvin.
I'll go with the team that spends $138 million on nil, Texas Tech.
Okay. All right. Mississippi. I told you guys I took the Texas Tech too, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Mississippi State at Texas A&M.
God.
I'm taking Mississippi State. Paul, give me yours.
Give me the 12th man and the Aggies of Texas A&M.
Okay. Calvin.
I'll take Aggie and Maggie also if she's available.
Okay. Doesn't that stand for Army and Marine?
Yep.
Anyway. All right.
No, it stands for Agriculture and Military Academy.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Got it.
It's a land grant school like Iowa State.
Got it. Okay. Finally, Jason, your pick.
This is tough, but I'm going to have to go with Texas A&M as well. It's the 12th man, like Paul said, so I'm going to go with them.
Oh,
but I'm going to root my ass off for Mississippi State.
More cowbell.
This is where you guys get me then, because I think most of us are on the same page. All right. Here's one that I got tired of reading about all day long between Vandy and Jason. Vandy at Bama. I took Vandy. Jason, I'm going to let you go first on this one.
Bama. The first team Vandy has played all year.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I picked Bama. I did not pick Vandy. Okay.
Didn't Vanderbilt upset them last year?
Yeah. Yeah. They have a great quarterback. Vandy does.
I didn't read one syllable about this game. I never heard all day today. I must be out of the loop. But I'm taking Vandy.
Okay. Calvin, you were just on the wrong thread. That's a thread you're not on.
Thank God. Like I want to listen to Jason and Vandy all freaking day. You know? Oh my God.
I finally told them to go to private messaging each other.
Oh my God.
Dean told us
I want to know what Nick Saban thinks about the game, not Vandy and Jason. So anyway.
All right, Paul, you get to pick now.
I think Caden Proctor is going to score more touchdowns than Vanderbilt does.
Did you guys see that play?
Yes.
Did you see it, Dean?
No. Did he score a touchdown?
No, but it's an amazing play. Like he got knocked out at like the 1 yard line or something, but he freaking bullied his way from the 10. It was amazing.
I think he should have scored, but
all right.
You got to see that play, Dean. It was amazing.
I will look it up. I will YouTube it.
He's got to give the kid credit. He's lost a lot of weight. So
has he? Does he look better than he ever has?
He's probably down to 370. Yeah.
Doesn't look like a slob anymore, huh?
They did say he was 350 when he was running the ball.
Yep, he's finally started working. So
okay. All right. I got Virginia at Louisville. To me, this was easy. I took Louisville. We'll just go in order here. Paul.
So Virginia's coming off the big double overtime win against FSU. The field rush. They're feeling good. They're going to read press clippings all week. They're going to go to Louisville and get shit stomped.
So Louisville's going to take it.
Yeah.
Okay. All righty. Calvin, yours.
I've been watching Louisville this year, and I think they're unbeaten, but they've been damn lucky.
Mm-hmm.
I think their luck continues.
All right.
Jeff Brom's still coaching them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. He almost lost. Like, was it this weekend, or the weekend before? But anyway,
Isn't it amazing? He's doing better with his Louisville team than he ever could with Purdue.
he's got better players now.
Yeah. All right.
He does.
Finally, Jason, you get to pick your pick.
Yeah, I'm going. Paul literally was reading off my mind when he said what he said. I think the exact same thing. Louisville.
Okay.
I think they're going to be. I think they're going to be thinking they're bigger than they really are. And it's
Coach, we are brothers from another mother.
We are.
This made Paul's night. As soon as he heard you were coming on, he made sure he came on tonight.
That's right.
Is your mother's name Maggie? I don't know.
Maggie May.
Do you have any Hispanic in you, Paul, or Italian? Do you have these eyebrows?
Okay.
That I know.
All right, moving on. Michigan State at Nebraska. I took Nebraska. Jason, give me yours.
Nebraska. I'm going to root my ass off for Michigan State, but since it's in Lincoln, and I just don't trust the quarterback for MSU, and we made him look like a freaking superstar a year ago. I don't understand, but I bet we don't this year. Parker's got it figured out. So, and we have more speed on defense. I'm going to go with Nebraska.
All righty. Kelvin.
I don't know who to pick in this game. Of course, by my record, everybody knows I don't know who to pick any week. So I'll go with Nebraska just because they're home, I guess. Jason talked me into it. I want to pick Michigan State.
Well, pick them if you feel like it. Paul.
Don't blame me when we lose.
I think Nebraska rolls in this game, honestly.
Me too.
With that defense?
All right, guys. 3 more Big Ten games to pick, and then we're done. Washington at Maryland. Paul.
Huskies.
Calvin.
Washington.
Jason.
Okay, this is another one of those games. I'm hoping Washington breaks the curse from teams that just travel that far, don't win, right? Like Oregon struggled with Northwestern when they traveled to Northwestern. So this could be a curse breaker because both of them, I think, are similar teams. But Washington, I'm going to take Washington.
I just don't think Maryland's coach is any good at all. I think he's
game day. He's not. He's a good recruiter, but he's a terrible game day coach.
Yeah, I would agree. I took Washington as well. Is my voice coming off sounding different now?
You're good.
Okay. All right, Minnesota at Ohio State. I just took Ohio State. I don't know if anybody else is going to pick against Ohio State on this one.
No.
It's in the shoe, man.
Okay, we'll just save everybody because I just went ahead and marked. Same with this next game. I had a hard time finding some Big Ten games that I thought we could actually use this week, but there's not a lot of tough Big Ten games going on, and a lot of Big Ten teams are on bye this week. Wisconsin and Michigan. I just took Michigan. Is anybody else taking Minnesota or Wisconsin? I mean,
anybody else? Does that mean you're taking Wisconsin?
No, I'm taking Michigan.
Oh,
I just
okay.
meant, is anybody taking Minnesota? Wisconsin.
No,
No.
I'm going.
Okay.
It's at the big house. No.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't
And
think
I
it would
think
matter.
Hey, they're 2-2. I don't
I
know who
think
they
Wis-
beat, but they're 2-2.
Wisconsin could be playing in Barry Alvarez's backyard and they'd still get their ass handed to them.
yeah, yeah.
That's our
They
next
could be-
game.
They could be lining up against Barry Alvarez and get their ass kicked.
Right.
They're they're looking to find 60 million to fire their coach. I mean, he's just not working in the Big Ten. He's coaching like he did at Ohio State. Everybody
By the
said
way-
that was.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
By the way, it was good to see Barry Alvarez on the Iowa sidelines this weekend. So
I heard
homecoming,
rumors
yeah.
that Ronnie Harmon was there.
Yeah.
I hope so. But
Was he there?
Yeah.
Does anybody? Nobody talked about who was actually there for players and coaches.
No, somebody did. I can't remember who it was, but yeah, Ronnie Harmon was there. Chuck Long was there.
I'll ask Malcolm Christie. He's my buddy. Who
Larry
was there?
Station was there. There was somebody that was keeping track of everybody that was there.
Yeah,
Rob
the
Outland was
1985
supposed to be there for the first time in quite some time.
Yeah,
Too bad we
1985
couldn't
team.
him kick.
But who else? I mean, other sports probably came back too. For game.
Well, they
let's
were
talk
on-
about. Let's talk about. Let's see. Calvin would probably know more than anybody on this. How Bourne's visit went, because she looked like she was having a great time.
Well, I do have a little bit of news here. Not
let's
that
do it.
Not that she committed or anything, but she had a really good visit, and they use that Stremolo girl as a real ambassador, and
They say
So-
she's pictured with all the recruits, so they're saying she must be the recruiting guru of the girls.
Well,
And
she's only a sophomore, and she's
she's
already
gonna-
the captain. She's a captain on the team.
that's fake news that she's a cap. They haven't picked a captain yet, but
Well,
Yeah.
Jan said
By
she
the
that was
way-
it's like Dean put up. There's this fake Facebook thing called fans of Kate Martin.
Yeah.
And they put up this week that this video of Connor McCaffrey on his knees asking Caitlin to marry him, If anything's on that site, it's fake. And that's the one that put up that Stremolo was the captain.
They also put up Hannah was a captain. Her mother on my webpage put up there and said, no, she's not.
They
And I
don't
said-
pick.
And I said, okay, so obviously this was a lie, but this is the website that is always lying with fake news. I'm surprised that people don't get this Facebook account removed, because they have lied about everything that they've done.
What's the name of the
Kate's
Page.
Hand or something like that, isn't it?
Kate Martin page or Kate Martin fans. It's just,
Okay.
but
I'll
anyway.
look out for it. I'll look
And
out
then,
for it on my page.
And then the point guard that Ben McCollum really wants, he visited this week from St. Louis. They think it'll come down to us or Texas Tech or Wake Forest, but Texas Tech wants to spend all their money on somebody else, so we have a chance. Also, a defensive back at Oklahoma State decommitted, and he's very interested in Iowa. A defensive back named Torrey Davis from UCLA, from a Colorado high school. Torrey Davis, he's a track guy. He's very interested in Iowa. The guy from Oklahoma State I told you about, I think he's going to come to Iowa, because if you look at his pictures when he's a little kid, when he's like 5, 6 years old, he's got Hawkeye uniforms on, and he was living in Des Moines at the time.
Well, why
then-
didn't he end up at Iowa when it was time to recruit him the first time?
I don't think Iowa recruited him that hard, but now all the Oklahoma State, UCLA guys are all free agents now.
Yep.
Even though these kids are in high school yet.
Oh,
But-
I didn't realize. I thought this was a current
Yeah.
player on Oklahoma State team.
And then a really good defensive lineman who's like 6'2", 290 pounds. He's committed to Boston College, but I was trying to flip him. And I think if Iowa, he was in this weekend. I think if Iowa, Kirk will probably tell him this week, yeah, we'll offer you. I think he's going to commit to Iowa. But that's the recruiting news. I wish I could tell you, yeah, Bjorn and Wolitsko are both committing today and everything, but I can't tell you that.
I heard the Willisco is going to be sometime this week, but no, they're trying to arrange something with one of the major networks so she can make her announcement.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this: if it's on ESPN, she's choosing South Carolina.
There you go.
I think she's leaning to Iowa heavily, but we'll see. So
yeah. Well, we hope. Let's hope Jan gets those two. I mean, that's where we're at. Guys, this has been a fun show. I tried to make it a little controversial just because I knew Jason was going to be on, and I know that he and I have a little fun with that. I never take it personally, Jason. Never do.
That's good, because if you did, I'd be gone a long time.
All righty. Guys, thank you. Guys, because it is a bye week, I doubt seriously, unless something big comes up, like basketball news, recruiting news, or something for the women.
Or
I doubt
Gronowski
we'll
news.
I doubt we'll do a show this week. What's that?
I was just going to say, what about Gronowski news? Are you going to do that on your own?
Yeah, I'll probably just come on and do a quick one. 10, 15 minutes and get it done.
I like them little vignettes you do, Dean, when there's breaking news and you just do a real short one. You get quite a few views on them, you know.
It's because they don't have to. That's because they're not very long. People, they don't like these long videos.
Yeah.
This one went an hour and 17 minutes tonight.
Yeah, I'll share those, you know, those Hurley and Gallery things to you, you know, and they're 2 hours long. And I know you guys never listen to them, but anyway, they're just too long.
The only one that I listen to is the twins. I can never remember their names.
The ANF guys, that's the twins, right?
Okay, yeah, that's really good. When Kelvin shares that one, then I know which one it is. I can never remember where it is. So I
the ANF podcast. The ANF podcast is by far to me the most expert.
Yeah.
You know, really good podcast.
They show video of what they're talking about. I mean, absolutely, that's my dream to do something like they do. Like
Jason, Jason, to everybody else, I would love to be able to do that. I just haven't figured out how to do it, and I've been asking for help from people like Chris and Brandon and Brad and Andrew, how to get this up here so I could run a little video.
Yeah. These guys though, they talk like they know like they played at Iowa or something. They're related.
They're twins.
I mean, I don't know. I only know them from you, Kelvin. I don't know anything about them. I don't know their name.
They are twins because somebody told me to listen to them that they are twins.
They are twins. You can tell by looking at them. They're definitely twins.
Yeah.
But I don't know where they come from. Like, I don't know anything about them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like to watch. Look, it's like when the Vandenberg's on, when they do they do a long interview in the middle, but at the start and at the end, Vandenberg always breaks down key things about Iowa each week. And Vandenberg knows what he's talking about because he played at Iowa. And I like to listen to Corey Kluver on special teams because he was there when LeVar and Seth created their special team, what they do now. You know, I like to hear guys that know what they're talking about. And yeah, thanks for mentioning that ANF podcast. That's really good. So
yeah. Now that we promoted everybody else's podcast, don't forget this one, guys. All righty, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll only be back for breaking news this week. All right.
Perfect.
Take care.
Go Hawks.